What's up, constituents? What's good? As promised, I would tell you the man who runs the world, who sits up high and looks down low. There's one man who's running this show right now. And you thinking all these different names that you know. You will be wrong because it's a man you don't know. It's a man who people think they know. It's a people who have seen a photo and thought that's the man. It's not him. Not him. There's no place in this world he cannot travel. There's nowhere in the far universe he will never be arrested, never spend a day locked up. He doesn't have to worry about money. He can have anything in the world that he possesses and wishes and desire. Hell, some believe this is not even his name that I'm about to give you, but it is his name. Francois Mercate. Just for saying that name, you could be executed if they see fit. But I know those who are listening might not be long, might not be today, may not be tomorrow, but I might be on borrowed time from the moment I said those words. Francois Mercate is alleged to be 118 years of age. 118. So they believe. He's still alive, very active, and is very aware and is alert at these meetings. Very influential in the times. He can speak allegedly of 56 different dialects, from Indian to Chinese, some African. Now, he is a French Canadian by birth. Who resides in castles that he have in Montreal, Switzerland, Spain, and a castle that he owns in an unknown part in Canada. Now, you said a French Canadian? This French Canadian, Francois Mercate, is who they believe the Pope prays to at night before he goes to bed. He's the David Rockefeller who everyone thought was David Rockefeller. No, he's something even greater. Francois Mercate, how did he get his wealth? Through his family. He inherited it. He was brought up and bred as his family were slave traders and also very heavy in commodities. Commodities were the key. And what were the commodities that they based themselves in? Well, the father was very influential in the rice, as the father had connections in the industry with the biggest rice producers in the world. Then he went to work with some of the biggest coal producers in the world, and they end up taking over the industry and becoming secretive and blind. So when oil deals and oil tankers were being distributed from overseas to the United States. Way back as the 1700s, it was done during the Whaling Institute, before they stopped whaling. He has a chairman of the board in the Tokyo Commodities Exchange. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, PepsiCo. Francois Mercate owns the French Foreign Films League. They have over 3,000 businesses that people may know of. HSBC is owned by them. Cisco, they own that. They own Adidas. They own Ford, IBM, Nokia, Haier, Intel, Microsoft. They're in charge of all of it. Francois Mercate is the man. Anything that moves, he gets a percentage of. So what do you think his children or his family does? The fact that I know this information is very dangerous to the rest of this world. He started the Trilateral Commission. He helped put that together. Secret meetings that are held in underground castles that you see with the big long table and everyone's there. What do you think they put these things in from the movies for? Because this really happens. It's an underground world that you don't know anything about. There are companies I can't pronounce that are worth trillions of dollars. He's always in the conferences that he's established with the round table, with the Bilderberg group, with the what they call the Western world's 100 most powerful people. It's a secluded place that they always meet that has complete media blackout. Any media show up, they are assassinated, and they have rights to take your life. And you never heard of them. And they've been around for almost 70 years. Put together by Francois himself. They meet near one of his castles in Montreal, Switzerland, where no one is allowed to come there. He has black ops working for him, retired military men who still want to be in the service. So it's not about being the richest. He's already been that. He gets paid from Nintendo, Fujifilm, Sony, Nike, IKEA, Panasonic, Honda, McDonald's, Sharp, GM. It doesn't matter. A piece of this money goes back to Francois Mercate and his connection and his hand in all of these dealings. I mean, Legos, the Lego company. He owns a piece of that too. Alibaba, same thing. His hand is in everything that moves in the world. The $1 trillion Roman Catholic Church, he runs it. When they all meet together, which is called the Club of Rome, when the Club of Rome sits at that round table, they all listen and pay attention to Francois Mercate. It's his show. The queen would have to be she would be on all fours if he requested it to be. That's how powerful this man is. Of course, No one on file believes he exists. Only once in a history by some small group non-mainstream journalists came by and tried to issue a statement off the record to try to talk freely to them. This was not a very good idea. Many people have come up sick from viruses, chemical warfare, plagues, or what was made to look like plagues. Because these are not just the rich and influential, these are the richest and most powerful people on the planet. Some people who have sat from the Western side were the President of the United States, whoever was sitting there, whether it was Clinton, Bush, Wolfowitz, the former World Bank president and godfather of the Iraq War, Henry Kissinger, who got the new Nobel Peace Prize soon after he authorized chemical warfare against Vietnam. Now, you will never hear any other mention of his name or photographs. So any photograph you see of this man is false. It's all false. What isn't false is his power and his reach. What does he want, you might say? What does a guy like that want? More control, more power. That's it. Control. And get everything in control to. That's basically his whole thing, is just running things, Basically having his family oversee everything he's proud of, this he's in control of, imports, commodities. He owns the world's biggest coffee producers. So when you have a position into rice, coffee, coal, when you basically have made religion a business, you are the man. So it's not about wealth. It's about power. And he has it. That man is the walking United Nations. He is world power. Now, how do I know this? Let's just say I was taught by very wise people. Eric, I think you guys probably know Eric Ludenoff. Ludenoff wanted to kill, exterminate, and eliminate the father of Francois Maricate. Thought that this man was a tyrant. Hitler didn't like him. And that was the father of Francois Maricate. Who I think we were told his name was Jean Francois. Jean Francois Maricate. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not the only man that knows this news, so this is not like I'm breaking news to people. There are some that know it. People are afraid to say his name, and rightfully so. But everything is being privatized and controlled. I just felt you guys had the right to know. I'm out.